Let's talk about women swimmers who've lost their bid to bar trans-identified men from using Hampstead Ladies Pond. Now, I actually live not far away from this. I've never had any urge to swim in this pond. It looks absolutely freezing cold. However, there was a vote at Kenwood Ladies Pond Association AGM on Sunday. And my next guest was one of the people at that meeting. Now, normally I would imagine rather a sedate affair. It wasn't sedate when she decided to get on a chair after that vote and say this.
Ben, you're so inclusive of attack or rape a woman or a girl. I want to remember that you voted for this. I want you to not wake up in the middle of the night and remember that you made that act of male sexual violence in a sacred women's space possible. Until then, enjoy maintaining your fantasy concept that you created to these perverted men and enjoy maintaining their erections. And you'll be glad to hear that you won't be seeing me again.
Well, you will be seeing her again. Venice Allan, the lady who was standing shouting on that chair, is sitting with us in the studio. Rather more sedate conversation, I think, now. Now, look, you were very angry, and I think understandably so. There's this vote. This is about this. Okay, this is big. I don't want to make it a whole London story, but genuinely, it's a big issue about access for men who live as trans women, but are still men. I'm not even saying biological men. They are. You're all. If you're born a man, you're a man. You live a man all your life. Doesn't matter what you call yourself, any surgery, any whatever wig you wear, anything. You are a man. About men being allowed access to women-only spaces, whether it's toilets, whether it's changing rooms, prisons, refuges, or indeed swimming pools, or indeed in this case a pond. This has been an ongoing battle for quite a long time. But there was a vote on Sunday to say, yep. Happy for trans women, men, to be allowed at Ladies Pond at Hampstead. Why were you so upset about this?
The Kenwood Ladies Pond is a historic, iconic, beautiful place that I've been going to since my early 20s. I'm now in my late 40s. I don't live near like you. I trek all the way across London to swim in that cold, freezing water. And
it is an extraordinarily beautiful place. Hampstead is.
And it's not... It's the natural beauty of Hampstead Heath, but, you know, when you're in a normal swimming spot, even if it's really magnificent, men change that space. They're splashing, you're conscious of your body. And so the idea...
Judging going on.
And any time I've ever taken, and I've taken quite a few women and girls to that space, they're like, oh,
this
wow.
Now, the key point is, I mean, there is a men's pond as well, isn't there? And there is a pond... There are lots of different ponds.
There's three ponds that you're officially allowed to swim in.
There's a ladies' pond, a men's pond...
And a mixed pond.
And a mixed pond.
Which is also very nice.
I mean, the solution is there right before our eyes, is it not? You can dip your toe in any of those options. And yet the decision was made that actually that men who identify as women, again, we're not talking, a lot of people often think will it be someone who's living completely as a woman, someone who, you know,
I don't care, Julia.
No, but like cut all their bits off, and you would never even tell if but it's not.
This is self-ID.
Talk about anybody can just turn up. See, Charlie Rowley's sitting here as well, in the usual way that a man sits uncomfortably when you discuss these things. But you could just turn up and say, well, I identify as a woman, and then you're allowed to swim, which is supposed to be a women-only space. 100%. That's not acceptable to women, but why specifically are you worried about it?
I mean, I'm just really angry that all our spaces, like you said in the introduction, and especially for our most vulnerable women, our prisoners and women fleeing domestic violence and sexual violence, I'm furious that all of those spaces have been taken over. But this is my space. This is one of my spaces where I go for the day, in the sunshine, to be with my friends or to be on my own, just in that really lovely space.
As you say, there is somewhere else that is completely... People all talk about inclusiveness. There is an inclusive...
It's so inclusive, and I have got 2 sons. I love going to the mixed pond if I go with a boyfriend or a male friend or brother. There's nothing wrong with the mixed pond. And it's Hampstead Heath, for goodness sake. It's one of the least judgmental, most judgmental places on the whole of planet Earth.
Definitely not least. But this is the thing. There has been these concerns about, you know, women-only spaces. Charlie, do you understand this concern, you know, as a man? You know, like I'm 5'11", I can hold my own and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm really aware, like, mixed toilets, mixed changing rooms make me very uncomfortable. I certainly know they make young girls uncomfortable and young women uncomfortable and older women. It does seem to me that this is just unnecessary. It's someone they're trying to be all sort of right on, and they say trans exclusionary, but it's not trans inclusionary, it's women exclusionary.
I think that's right, actually. I think that last bit that you just said was absolutely spot on, because I think, you know, you can have single-sex spaces. They're there for a reason. And
they're single-sex, not single-gender.
Yes, exactly. And I think, you know, where there is a mixed pond, it's not as if it is excluding anybody. It is about saying, look, you know, if you're a man, that is for you. If you're a woman and you want a single-sex space for women, then you should have that. And it's been going for a long time. You've got a mixed pond also for other people.
Indeed.
So I think
it's unnecessary and yet deliberately, I would think, provocative. Do you think, though, I know you don't get tides on ponds, do you think the tide has changed on this, though?
Well, we lost the vote.
No, but even like losing votes like that people are talking about this, is getting to the mainstream.
I think that some of those women, by next AGM, next March, some of those women will have changed their minds without us doing anything.
Yeah.
Just because things will happen. Yeah. We're not scared.
And again, presumably also changing rooms again are unisex, and that creates difficulties and danger in themselves. Venice, thank you so much for joining us. Good on you. I love a bit of standing on a stool and shouting. Why not? More of that. I get a whole show to do it.